Welcome back, gang, to another episode of Run Your Mouth Podcast. And as always, before we get into the show, we make sure y'all go to all the social media platforms, your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, uh, Snapchat, and Twitter. Y'all make sure y'all go find us, Run Your Mouth Podcast, like, follow, subscribe, and also more importantly, the YouTube channel. Help us out with that algorithm. Hit that subscribe button, like, and that notification bell so you can be in tune when this content drop. All right, episode 13, and these are gonna be uh, my 10 do's and don'ts of dating. But when I say one, I'm gonna do the opposite of that one. All right, in the same thing. So it's 5, but it's really 10. All right. And without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. So number one, these are the do's and don'ts of dating. Guys, what we don't do in dating is viewing women as the prize. All right. Now I know I'm gonna get a lot of pushback for this because we in this modern society with these modern day women, and everybody want to be a boss, and everybody want to be looked up to, and respectfully, I understand. However, if you view a woman as the prize, it takes away from how you need to view yourself, right? No one will be able to respect a man that she doesn't look up to. And if she's the prize and she don't view you as the prize, then the dynamic is always going to be messed up. You're always going to be chasing something from her attention, her validation, or whatever it is that, you feel you're going to need to get from her to self-maintain, if you will. And that's not how we view things over here, fellas. However, the flip side of that, I'm definitely saying you don't be disrespectful to her. Now, we could view women as not being a prize, but we damn sure don't be disrespectful to women, all right? We going to respect women. We don't hate women. As a matter of fact, we love women. We definitely ain't going to be disrespectful to them. But the footnote of that, if they disrespect for us, now there are consequences to that, okay? But that's a video for another day. We just sticking to the topic today on what the do's and don'ts of dating is. So, fellas, remember, respect the young lady. Respect the lady that you have interest in. Respect the lady that you view as somebody that you want to give your time to and you like to be around. That's how this works. We're not on no misogynistic type shit to where we feel it's all about us, but we definitely need to let the young lady know that it definitely can't be all about her when somebody else is involved, okay? That's all we're saying. So we don't view her as the prize, okay? We just don't do that. We need to be clear in what we're thinking and what we're saying and how we view ourselves. And as men, right, we need for her to view us as that we're kings, all right? And if the king is the right owner and the right placeholder of his castle, then everybody in the kingdom takes place and follows suit, right? Self-explanatory on that. Number 2, breaking rapport with women. And more specific, as you trying to be like this aloof kind of guy. And I'm not, by all means, I'm not saying give her all your time and attention either. All right, that's the opposite of that. I'm not saying just because you have your phone on you, it doesn't mean you have it attached to your ass, that you have to respond to her every, 3 to 5 seconds she texts you. We as high value men, we're busy. We got a lot of shit going on. We out. We got hobbies. We into things. We like to do other shit. We got friends. All this kind of shit. So we invite women into our lives, fellas. We just don't make women our lives. That makes sense? We invite them in, have them be a part of our life, but we don't make them our life. We don't transfer all the energy just to her and to want to please her and just, forget about ourselves. That's what I'm saying. The opposite of that is what I kind of alluded to earlier is when you're breaking rapport, but you don't want to be aloof either. You don't want to become this distant and cold guy. Like, so because, at any infraction, women can feel that, maybe you really don't have any interest in them. And that ain't the case, guys. We don't do all this shit. Well, basically, we don't do all this shit to attract women anyway. But out besides that, we don't get on our grind and our purpose and shit we doing in life and working on our body, our fitness, our fashion, and working on our finances, to be by ourselves. Like, who the fuck are we kidding? Right? You know what I'm saying? We're going to be serious today? We just going to keep talking shit and fucking around. All right? So when you do all this shit, it ain't to become aloof. Right? It just you get back to it when you can and help her to understand that by the way you move. Because I'm not finna waste my time. If it's a young lady I like, I'm gonna do what's necessary upon me to convey I like you. So I want to get to know you. I want to spend some time with you. I want to see where things go. And sometimes it's challenging because most women don't understand that, hey, they may want to talk to you every 5 minutes of the day. They may want you to respond every 3 seconds when you send them. And I just can't do that. The way my life is set up, I'm way too busy for somebody that think that they text me, I'm gonna respond back in 3 seconds or 5 seconds. I got shit going on, okay? I'm busy. I'm gonna get back to you in a respectful manner of time, and we can converse, and I'll let you know when I'm free, and we can move on from there. All right, next, number 3, fellas, the do's and don'ts of dating of number 3 is stop trying to buy love and affection from women. Because what it is, you're making yourself look real bad. And once you do that, she automatically deems as somebody she can't have no respect for. Because you're trying to lead, again, as I said earlier, you're trying to lead with your fucking wallet. And women can sense when you're doing that. They can sense when you're trying to, hey, look what I got. And once you do that, it automatically sends up a red flag. Or, if anything else, it sends up some awareness that, okay, clearly this guy is trying to compensate for something, right? Because he's trying to lead with his money. He's trying to show me that he could buy me this. He's trying to show me that he can get me this. Elaborate trips, purses and shoes and shit like that. And they know it, guys. So you're really fooling yourself. You're making yourself look crazy because you're trying to cover up and mask behind your finances or your money, and they know this. You're not hiding from nobody, fellas. So let's stop this shit. However, though, the inverse of that is, fellas, come on now. If you're dating a young lady and she piques your interest and you like her, okay, obviously it's obvious that you like her and evident that you like her because you keep reaching out, or you reach out rather, and you set up dates and you talk and see how she doing. So you like her company, you enjoy her company. So at times it's okay, especially if you've been dating her for 2 to 3 months, fella. It's okay to be generous, okay? Because at this point, if you're a high value man, she understands that you ain't trying to impress her. You didn't try to lead with your wallet. You weren't trying to be this big fancy hot shot guy, right? And talk about all the shit you got, all the cars you own and what you got. Like, nobody cares about that shit. All right? It speaks to a certain level of insecurity that you have within yourself, that when you feel the need that you have to do that, right? And women can sense that. They know that. So, okay, let's keep it moving. Number 4, the do's and don'ts of dating. The don't is you gotta stop failing the shit tests that the women do, guys. And the test can come in all forms. It can be as simple as she show up late for a date, and she in her mind she probably know that you should say something to her, but for the fact that you don't mention and say nothing to her for showing up late on the date, God, that she know that in a sense like you it's a weakness. They view that as a weakness. You have to say something, guys. You don't have to be a dick about it. You can do something as subtle as this. Tap your watch. You're like, hey, I could have sworn the date was at 6, 7, 8, whatever the time was. Right? You ain't gotta be an asshole about it. You ain't gotta be a dick about it. But you gotta say something to her. She got to know that your time is important. And how you value your time is what you convey to people so they understand as well. Like, hey, this guy views his time as being very important and she should follow suit. Because I guarantee you, if you were late with her, she'll probably tell you that she wouldn't say anybody wouldn't be no big deal. And that's a damn lie. She probably wouldn't say it to you. She'll damn sure tell it to her girlfriend. Alright? So let's be mindful of stuff like that, yo. And the opposite of the failing test, obviously, guys, you gotta pass tests. And how do you pass tests? It's simple. When you're on your grind, when you're on your hustle, when you focus on you and what you got going on in your life, when you're not putting her on a pedestal or viewing her as the prize, right? When you constantly have your hobbies, your friends, and things you like to do, right? When you're involved so immersely in those things, and it ain't that you don't care about her, it's just you ain't make her your life, your whole life, you could pass tests. Because the tests that she normally would throw would be compliance tests and all this other shit to see if she could get you to get off center. And it's high value meal. That's our backbone, is being structured and being centered and being one-minded with ourself, of sound mind and of sound judgment. All right, we go out, we conquer, we do what it is we got to do. We on our shit. All right, we're not wavering, even though we're not saying that tough times don't come, but we're so focused and so laser honed in on what we got going on. We just know how to move, right? Opposition, what if it's going well, we still move the same. When it's not going well, we figure that shit out. And the whole objective is to keep moving forward. It's what we call progress. So you got to keep moving forward, fellas. And women appreciate that. So just, you could be, be indifferent. How you pass tests, just be indifferent. She might say something about you, what, so I see. And most of the time when women say Lil, basically with anybody, but I say when somebody say Lil, when they mention something about you, you know what I'm saying, I'd say they low-key hating. That's just me personally. So let's just say for another example, how you could pass a test from a woman. She say, I see you got on your little Gucci flip-flops, or whatever the fuck you may have on, right? And you could look at them and be like, yeah, you like them, don't you? Yeah, they do look nice on me, don't they? And keep it pushing. Yeah, but if you get offended, you know what I'm saying, say some shit like, oh, my little Gucci flip-flop. What do you mean? You know how much these cost? Now she done got you rattled a little bit. Right? Now you're going out of character. Now it's done lead to something else. Now it's turning to something else. Now she see, hey, this ain't the guy I thought he was. All right, so be mindful of that, fellas, okay? And last but not least, the nice guy behavior, which this probably should have been number one. This is the ultimate attraction killer and interest killer for a lot of women. If a woman tell you, hey, I want a nice guy, I want him to blah, 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 and I no, she don't want that. I ain't say she don't want you to be nice. They don't want you to be a nice guy, meaning that's your prefaces, right? To just be overly nice, right? You got to compliment her 5 and 6 times on the same damn outfit, right? You got to tell her she smell good 13 times. One is good enough, fellas. As a matter of fact, sometimes you ain't got to say nothing. She knows it already, right? You ain't got to tell her skin looks so soft and she feels so soft and all that shit. Her eyes are big and beautiful. Some shit you can withhold, fella. It's okay. Trust me, it's okay. It's fine. Trust me. They'll appreciate it more. If you just keep randomly and continuously giving out compliments, then after a while they ain't gonna mean shit to her. You get what I'm saying? She keep hearing the same thing from you. Sometimes it's okay to withhold certain things, Lord. You ain't got to tell everything. You ain't got to be a tell-all, okay? You ain't got to do all that. And the opposite of that, fellas, is exude that alpha behavior. What alphas do is sometimes we just be indifferent, okay? We be nonchalant sometimes. Sometimes you can be a little ass-holish, right? But, you know, nothing toxic, all right? I don't advocate toxic shit over here. Like, you know, we need to be able to merge and get together and do shit together as human beings, men and women, especially trying to cultivate and rebuild our communities, because somebody got to be having some babies somewhere, right? And in having those babies, somebody is going to probably want to get married and all that shit, but we got to fix the broken parts first, right? This is how we start. We can get to that point, but this is how we start, yo. We got to fix that shit. So the alpha behavior, meaning he's, you know, he just sound. We don't argue with women. Under no circumstance. There's no circumstance that it's okay for you to argue with a woman. All right? Because if you just say if you're in the house and you arguing with your lady or your wife, your girlfriend, or the young lady that you're dating, what it sounds like to the people on the outside listening is two schoolgirls. No matter how you put it, no matter who's right, who's wrong, that's not the point. The point is that if you become uncentered and be beta-like, nice guy behavior, right? It carries you into this atmosphere that now all it done happened and everything's being revealed, and you talking loud, she talking loud, y'all hurling insults at one another, and at the end of the day, where does that get y'all? As a matter of fact, I'm asking you, sir, where does that get you? Because now she see that she can get you off-centered, right? She can say something to get you rattled. You're not sound, you're not showing that alpha behavior, and then guess what? She ultimately lose interest, and then she go on to somebody else. Do you want that? All right, well, fix that shit then. And guys, that's the video for today. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Saturday. Remember to go to the YouTube channel, Run Your Mouth Podcast. You see it? Run Your Mouth Podcast. RUN, all right? YOMOUFF Podcast. You see the logo, look for the logo, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And y'all stay tuned, man. We thank y'all.